Yes, guys, it's Nearly Last and welcome. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is how Call of Duty is going to be moving forward in the future. Now, this has just got me thinking lately, obviously with Call of Duty 2016, pretty much it's going to be guaranteed that we're going to be in space. It's going to be a space thing. I do solely believe that the campaign is going to be the ones that you're going to be floating around. I do believe that the multiplayer actual maps and stuff like that, even though they're going to be set on like Mars, Saturn and things like that, I do believe that it's just going to be basically the way that we are now. It's just going to be basically a map on Mars, that kind of thing, but we're still just going to be running around, boosting around and stuff like that. I don't think it's going to be any crazy things where we're just floating through with zero gravity or anything else like that. I don't think it's going to be too crazy. But it has got me wondering how Call of Duty and Activision in a whole are thinking about moving forward, because they must be listening to the community. Because obviously when we look back to say like the Modern Warfare 3, things like that, now a lot of people were crying out for change. Now I'm not saying for one second that people wanted these exosuits or anything else like that, but everyone was crying out for a bit of change. It just felt like every game was being a little bit copied and pasted. Then we moved into this 3-year cycle. You know, obviously Activision have obviously said to Sledgehammer Games and that, you know, we need to find a new direction. We need to move forward in a different way. We need to shape it up. And along came the exosuits. Now, the exosuits were a little bit crazy. They were just too much too soon. I mean, you went from boots on the ground to absolutely just bouncing around everywhere. And the map designs just did not suit the way that the exosuits worked. So it was a bit of a downfall, and obviously the sales for Advanced Warfare weren't that particularly great. But when that game first started about, you got to understand that things like, Treyarch, obviously then were making their game, and then Infinity Ward were then starting to look at their game as well. So they knew the kind of direction that Sledgehammer Games were going to be taking it in, so they all started following suit. Now, Advanced Warfare didn't do very well with the sales-wise, but moving forward to Treyarch and Black Ops 3. Now, Black Ops 3 did very, very well. You know, in Treyarch, we trust, as the saying does go. Everyone seems to believe in David Farnhart and their crew at Treyarch straight away, because they normally bring us a very, very good game. And for me personally, I thoroughly enjoyed Black Ops 3. I think it's an absolutely brilliantly fun game to play. Okay, it's not quite boots on the ground. I know the specialist might drive a few people mad and what else, and they do get a few cheap kills, and it can get a little bit irritating from point to point. But for me personally, it's a thoroughly enjoyable game. It really, really is. So I'm really glad that the way that they've actually done it. But this is just a cycle now that we're moving in, and obviously then Infinity Ward started making their game, obviously, when Advanced Warfare come out. Now, no one at this particular time actually knew the negativity, sorry, get my words out, towards all these exosuits and everything else like that. Now, obviously, the way that Infinity Ward have made their game now, obviously, they would have made all these designs, the way that they were moving forward, they would have been a year into the cycle. Now, they can make a couple of alterations, you know, just make sure that they're not doing anything crazy like Advanced Warfare or anything else like that. But this game's in production. This is the way that Call of Duty is moving forward. So, obviously, with the Call of Duty 2016 coming out, now they've all had their turns. Now, Sledgehammer Games now understands, obviously, all the negativity towards their particular title. So, they have already, obviously, started making their particular title, because next year, we're going to have the next Call of Duty title from them. Now, is it going to be Advanced Warfare 2? Now, does Activision and that lot just bite the bullet and go, right, let's all just go back to boots on the ground? Because it's not just the community from those boots on the ground games anymore. I mean, there's people obviously used to play all the Modern Warfare series and Call of Duty Ghost, you know, the old Black Ops and all those kind of things. But there's a lot of people, and I mean like tens of thousands, probably millions of people that have probably just jumped on board when Advanced Warfare come out and Black Ops 3 come out. Now, this is all they know, is jumping around and stuff like that. So they might not want to go back to boots on the ground. Now, we know that the majority do want to go back to boots on the ground. So do Activision now, you know, just think, right, let's just rip up everything, tell Sledgehammer Games, no Advanced Warfare 2, just like Infinity Ward are doing with Ghost, just scrap it, just go back to basics and go back to the start. Now, I'm going to find that hard to believe whether they're going to be doing that. I really, really do not think. I think that, you know, the way that they've actually got this set up, I do believe that this is the kind of direction that we're going to be moving in. Now, I think Advanced Warfare 2 is going to come out. I could be completely wrong. They might scrap it and do something completely different. But I do believe that they'll change up the way the exosuits work and obviously the map designs and things like that. But then we're going to be moving on, obviously, into Treyarch. Now, if there's one thing Treyarch do absolutely love, is the way that they are, you know, appreciated by the community. Now, everybody looks to Treyarch, you know, to bring out these amazing games, you know, save us from other particular titles like Call of Duty Ghosts and things like that. Now, is going to be their turn to actually start a new trilogy. Now, they finished Black Ops 3. Obviously, they're going to start something completely fresh, completely new. Are they going to be the ones that are going to take us back to boots on the ground and just give us something completely different? So I do believe that obviously Call of Duty 2016 is going to be obviously the exosuits. Next year, I do think Sledgehammer Games are going to keep going on the way that they've actually did. So I do think we are going to have to wait till actually Treyarch bring out their next installment. But whether or not Activision themselves, because they are the big money men, they are the guys behind Call of Duty, so if they're not happy with a particular project, they can pretty much just tell someone not to actually do it. It would then be up to Treyarch whether they actually wanted to continue making the games. But I do believe that they would be in a partnership, so it's going to be quite interesting to see whether or not we might have another World at War, or whether we just goes back to simply boots on the ground from Treyarch. I think it's going to be Treyarch that might change it up, but I'm going to find it very hard to believe after all these years. So we'd have Advanced Warfare 1, obviously Black Ops 3, then we'd have Call of Duty 2016, and maybe Advanced Warfare 2. I mean, that would be 4 years of everyone jumping around and then suddenly going back to boots on the ground. So for me personally, I think that we are pretty much destined to stick with this kind of theme from now on, and then they will bring back, like say, like the remastered Modern Warfare series, maybe some old Black Ops titles, just to try and keep the public happy about some boots on the ground games, so they can just swap it out if they so wish. But let me know, guys, exactly what you're thinking about this. I know it's a bit of a touchy subject within the Call of Duty community and whatnot else, and for me personally, I'm quite happy with either way. I don't mind. I don't want the Advanced Warfare suits, that's for certain. I do quite like the way that Black Ops 3 does work, but for me personally, I am a little bit sat on the fence because I do quite enjoy boots on the ground as well. So for me, we'll have to wait and see exactly what kind of direction that they're going to be taking. But let me know, guys, exactly what kind of direction that you want them to take. It'd be very, very interesting. But anyway, guys, coming up on my screen now is my subscribe button. Make sure you're smashing that, and guys, drop a like on this video and support my channel. It'd be even better. This is Nearly Last, and I'll catch you later.